Look it up to understand why we go hard for them. Like, look it up. That's it.
All right, our last topic is the people always love. We are revisiting albums. This edition we're doing, since we're talking about Death Row, the second Death Row soundtrack that we have covered in this series, revisiting Murder Was the Case soundtrack.
Classic.
I had the movie on tape, on VHS. I bought it at, I want to tell you I got it like at Blockbuster Music or something like that. I bought it and I let Vincent Jackson borrow it in middle school. Never seen it since. I've seen Vincent since then, and every time I see him, I bring it up. Because you took my tape. Where is it? That's it. But the album was amazing. I actually bought that CD for somebody a year or two ago. So I won't say who it is, but if you see somebody with that CD, Stacey.
I think I have some questions.
I guess
I remember borrowing the VHS from comedian Willie C in middle school. We made a trade off. I was like, all right, man, you can borrow my band from TV. Just let me get that Murder Was the Case for a couple days.
You probably bought it from Vincent.
Where did he stay? Did he stay on the north side?
No, I was on the side. I think Vincent was on the side. Either way. But no, this was it. And so after our last one, we were talking about that with Snoop being on the MTV Awards. And I said, Scott and I are talking about the exact same clip. We're just talking about different pieces of it. I was talking about the beginning and he was literally talking about the end. So it's like so when I found the clip, I'm like, see? I'm like, look at the beginning, look at the end. Like, it's it. And he took the song, remixed it, made a whole movie with it, because the version that's in the video or is on the soundtrack is not what's on Doggy Style
album.
It's totally different. And it was.
Well, let's go through the tracks. We're gonna go through the tracks. We forgot to go through the tracks for the last one, y'all. Sorry, we just got into it, so I want to make sure we go. Murder Was the Case, first song. Now talk about it. The first song on the album. Now talk about it.
As I look up at the sky,
God, my mind starts tripping. A tear drops my eye.
My body falls, shake. Try to say it. I mean,
Dr. Dre was in his bag when that.
This song doesn't get brought up.
What do you mean?
So when we talk about storytelling songs, right? People are the art of storytelling, bring up the one Biggie song or whatever. So, but people don't bring up Murder Was the Case. And it is a whole song. I mean, from him talking about in the beginning, right, about how whatever happened, right, he's about to die. Like he got killed, like he was shot, right? Because that's what it is. He gets shot. He's dying. He makes a deal with the devil to stay alive, and he's able to get all these riches and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, he's in jail. So it's like there's a whole story that he did that no one talks about. The fact that no one brings this up at all, which is so weird to me.
I just remember, I think Charlie Murphy was one of the dudes that was the dude that shot him.
Yep.
See that.
I gotta rewatch that now. I gotta rewatch that movie.
Like I said, I do not remember it.
I haven't seen it.
Like, I wish I did. I wish I could tell you that I did. I don't remember the movie.
Did it release in theaters in some cities? I feel like it did.
Yeah, I was too young to go anyway.
Right, it just was on. Like I said, I had it on VHS, so I don't think that it was.
But the movie was only like 30 minutes, though, wasn't it? It wasn't even an hour, was it?
No, 16 minutes.
Yeah, I'm saying it was like long. It was like the rap version of Thriller.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, so the album is longer than the movie.
Yep.
Got it. That's it. That's that. But so yeah, Murder Was the Case is the first song, and then after that.
That's when we start getting real interesting, is after that to me. Next song on the album is Natural Born Killers, the reunion of Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. First time they had been on a track since '89.
One of my favorites.
And at the time, this was controversial, y'all remember, because they are basically re-depicting the OJ crime, Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. So remember, that was controversial. The video was controversial because of that. And I don't even think they played it. They wouldn't play it on like MTV like at certain times or something because of that.
Because you remember that was one of the lines what Cube say. He was like, I never let a hoe stay, but I'm down with Dre like AC is down with OJ. Hey, y'all remember Pac was the sniper in the video?
Yes, the final shot of the video features a cameo from rapper and actor Tupac Shakur prior to his association with Death Row as a SWAT sniper who takes out Ice Cube's character. Yeah.
And that's when we thought that we maybe was going to, that was when it started, the rumor, the bills. Remember they supposed to come out an album called Helter Skelter.
Yep.
It was an Ice Cube. Remember, it was inside the album for, I believe this, like where they would preview what's coming soon from Death Row. And it had Helter Skelter, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube. We never got it. Never got it.
Wasn't it I don't know.
DLC did an album.
I don't know if it was Death Row or Ruthless, but wasn't it like a Chris Tucker comedy album supposed to come out? It was on one.
Yes, it was supposed to be on Death Row.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was Death Row or Ruthless. Yeah.
Yep, it was inside the liner.
So Natural Born Killers was originally supposed to be a Sam Snead and J Flex track called The Heist.
I can hear Sam Snead on it.
Well, he produced it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So then after that is one of my favorite songs.
What Would You Do? The Dog Pound features Snoop Doggy Dogg. And this is when they're dissing. Now, if you thought that there was going to be a reunion for NWA, the next song lets you know that there isn't a full reunion because Daz and Corrupt go in on everyone.
Fuck beats you knock out every nigga down with him because I'm a natural born killer. That's what he said.
And a Steelers hat.
What would you do?
So if we did think there was a reunion between them both, they said it wasn't. Right after that song where you're like, oh man, this is cool. Maybe they can get Easy back. No, they're not. Not this year. Not in this year. Not this year.
Again, it's the train of thought. And oh yeah, fuck BG knockout and every nigga down with. I love
out of nowhere.
But remember
they didn't have nothing to do with this. I just felt like saying that.
Remember they got into it on what was that Montel Jordan?
Montel Jordan had to do 2 music videdos because of
something for the
honeys. Got trashed.
Fucking shit up. Something for the honeys. Yes, women like a video that should not bring conflict. It's ideally it is going to be people out hanging around and women in tight clothes, scantily clad, drinking drinks and everybody having fun. And the idea that niggas would still fuck it up.
Oh, but supposedly Nate Dogg is the one technically that fucked it up. He got into it and he threw it.
He was swinging golf clubs.
Yeah, he like was swinging golf clubs and like something that was heavy, like throwing it at people. Like, so the singing one was the one in the DPG C. That was the one that was Daniel.
Okay, well, Nate is the one that you call when shit going down. Like we learned that in Regulators.
Yeah, on Regulators. I was just gonna say that. Next up on the album.
Like, what else was he supposed to do? Like, sometimes you got to hit a nigga with a golf club, okay? Yeah. I'm just saying. Song after that.
Well, on this is 21 Jump Street.
I love that song.
I remember, yeah.
I love
Snoop Dogg and Trey D.
I love that song so much. So much. I love that song.
Very slept on song here.
Very.
People don't really mention and talk about a lot.
Very slept on song.
And mentioning the great Nate Dogg, one of my favorite Nate Dogg songs, One More Day, which sounds like a gospel song, unless you really listen to the lyrics. Until you listen to the lyrics, you think it's a gospel song. Because the way it comes in, well, you are listening. Yeah, you are listening to the captain of the DPGC, Nate Dogg. I was about 8. They caught the first case. You caught your first case at 8? Damn.
That man know that he could sing and tell you some horrible shit.
He be crooning.
Crooning with a horrible ass story about some shit. He's like, good gravy, this is a horrible song, but he sounds so good.
Good to know.
He sounds so good singing it though. I just appreciate it.
Oh, the intro for y'all. It says, would like to welcome you to a very distinguished speaker. He hails from the DPGC. Would you please stand and welcome the one and only OG Nate Dogg? It sounds like it's a preacher coming up, the guest preacher at your church during revival.
Yeah.
He's a church boy.
21 Jump Street has a good intro because it's DJ Easy Dick on the stage with the platinum hits W balls.
They were the best. And that role was the best.
Hello. Yeah, the fact that, and it's, which is so funny, like the fact, caller, my dick's in your ear. You want to say what? Hello, caller.
That was Ricky Harris, right?
Yeah, Ricky Harris.
Yeah,
Ricky calls at the end. Ricky calls at the end. But yeah, but just him saying that, like, what the fact that
the jack off hour,
right? Now live with the jack off hour with DJ Easy Dick. Playing.
I forgot who did
W balls. Caller, my dick's in your ear.
My favorite one on Dog Pound now was like, wake your goat mouth ass up.
So, but see what's after.
So DJ Easy Dick was Ricky Harris.
Okay.
That was him too. So he was doing everything.
Oh, so wait, so he was the DJ and the caller.
Yes. Ricky Harris is DJ Easy Dick.
Okay. All right.
That's what I thought he was. I was looking, I was like, man, who was Easy Dick? It is him.
That is.
Rest in peace to Ricky Harris. Then next is the great Jewel, Harvest for the World. Don't know why this song is here. I'm gonna be honest. But Death Row would do that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We talked about No Limit putting everybody on an album. Death Row did it too.
They started
it.
They started it.
Absolutely would put everybody.
They had a Christmas album.
Yes.
So that way. Because Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. So there's that way. But it's also a soundtrack, right? So this is the perfect way to put everybody on the album. I'm about it. So that's how you do it. So all right, who else is here? We get her singing on the song. Misha, let me get my baby mama. Hold on, let me get her. She can come sing something too. So get everybody, and that's it.
Was the old dude on there? You know, the dude that used to do the poems for Big Pimpin'?
That man.
Oh, you talking about?
I don't know. I forgot his name.
I don't know. That's his.
Yeah.
Hold on. I write with my pen.
Yeah.
I put my kid in cold Michigan nights, and the bitch didn't drink foaming.
Yeah.
His name is
one in my staple. For I've not gotten a refill for her.
He was like the Death Row's Big Rube.
Yeah, his name is Big Pimpin'.
Oh, that's his name.
That's what I think it's saying here. I'm just trying to make sure.
That's interesting. That could be. I mean, it might be.
Big Pimpin' Delamond is his name.
Delamond.
Yeah. Big Pimpin' Delamond. So he is named Big Pimpin'.
That's on brand.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. That's just on brand. That's just on brand.
Then we get to who got some gangster shit: Snoop Dogg, the Dog Pound, Little C Style, and Young Swoop G. Little C Style would go on to be in the group LBC Crew. If y'all remember that LBC Crew, that's where Snoop just started. They just anybody in Long Beach. They like, just come do on the song. We'll figure it out later.
What's the movie with Martin?
Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yeah, we're like
somebody somewhere
better beware
my crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they was working the hell out of Roger Troutman.
Oh. Hey, look, good question as we keep going. Who was the first to bring him back into relevance?
Roger Troutman?
California Love.
No, because was it California Love?
Because we were still listening to old Computer Love song.
Right, but I'm talking about who brought him back? Were you he was when you said he was getting overworked? Who brought him back?
Dre.
It might be Dre though, actually.
Dre and Pac.
But I'm gonna go Tupac because. Wait a minute, hold on. I think
It's California Love, 95. Yeah.
so. No, California Love, but there's something else that got sampled. Hold on.
Because we hadn't heard nothing from Roger since the 80s.
And he was on Sounds of Blackness, Hold On, Change Is Coming remix too.
I remember that, yeah.
But that was, I think that's after Pac.
More Bounce to the Ounce has been used.
Oh, tons of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But they wasn't.
I have to dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, to figure out like when was it like that all of a sudden.
It looks like 95 is the year. Like when a whole bunch of rap songs he started being guest appearance on, it looked like it was 95 was the year it started. Because then he was on the Clicks. Remember Scandalous? He was on there with the Click. He ended up doing the stuff on Thin Line Between Love and Hate. He did Thin Line Between Love and Hate with H-Town.
Yeah.
He had the voice box on there.
LBC crew, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, LBC.
I sound like computer, like every Computer Love was every fucking where though. When I think like now,
It's Your Body. Johnny Gill, he was on that.
It might be
Like,
Tupac because Computer Love was on. I would say, well, one like you said, Computer Love was getting sampled by everybody, but Tupac used Computer Love.
More
I Get Around samples. Computer Love.
Computer Love. Yep.
Was it Tupac? Was he the one that was like, "Hey, yeah, I need to be."
I love me some rock.
Get that voice box going.
Yeah, before auto-tune.
All right, and then next up after that was Come When I Call from Danny Boy. This is the first time we've heard Danny Boy at this time. Cool song, you know.
He'd be around.
Yeah, I thought he was the next up at the R&B side.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna get into a interesting section of the show with the next song. Sam Snead, You Better Recognize. Super hard song.
Master Plan.
Hard.
They call
only
him
one
Sam.
single, one song there. He's from Chicago too, so
And
he had reached out and got somebody from Chicago. Danny Boy's from Chicago too, so I don't know how Death Row was running through Chicago at one time. But if everyone remembers the story about that someone saw a producer get their ass kicked in the studio and stomped out, that is Sam Snead they're talking about when they talk about that story. Dang. That is why we only hear one song from him and two produced songs, Murder Was the Case, and this song going forward in his career. We've never heard from Sam Snead ever again in our lives. After that ass whooping, he was never be seen, which was sad because he was actually good.
They hit Sam Snead with an Uncle Sam. I don't ever want.
Oh, he did Keep Your Head Ringing too. He did produce Keep Your Head Ringing too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was on the Friday.
Yep, so Friday soundtrack.
Death Row did the Friday soundtrack too.
No, Dre just did that one song on it. I think it was on Priority. Because
that's right.
Cube associated Priority, but then Death Row is like associated Priority too somehow, like they're like their parent label, so it was an easy transition, I believe. But I think it was just a Priority thing there. Then next up on this album we have Come Up to My Room, Jodeci and the Dog Pound. Who didn't know that? How did we not know we needed this group to be this connection to be together?
Devontae did some amazing things over at Death Row.
Yes. And
I think we don't talk about Devontae as a producer enough.
No.
100%.
We don't talk about it enough at all.
His branch of his family tree, like what you get off of him, the Timberlands, the Missies.
Genuine, Player.
Yeah, it's a lot of, like I said, some great production that he did at Death
Tweet.
Row.
Isn't Tweet out of that camp too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank.
Yep. That Basement Crew. It was called the Basement Crew.
Yep. The Super Friends.
Yep.
He's over there making some stuff happen.
Well, he's also putting his hands on a lot of people over there allegedly too. And that's why he didn't, because he kind of fumbled the bag with that whole crew. Swing Mob was the label. And I'm just looking at it here now. Missy Elliott, the group's Swiss Sister, obviously. Timbaland, Genuine, Static Major, and the rest of Player. Tweet, and some other producers were all in that same group together, and like tons of other producers. Stevie J was in this crew too. Yeah, it was a lot of people working with the bass with Devontae, because Devontae was doing it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So hold on. They called the VA player Super Friends. You was serious about that, Scott, when you said that?
Yeah, that's what they called themselves, the Super Friends.
Okay, because in this crew is Push It. The clips are in this. Pharrell,
all that Virginia, that whole Virginia.
Matt Skills. So they had like a a VA Super Friends. They said, okay, good shit. All right, next up on this album, song that was super interesting to me personally. A lot of the people. Once again, Jewel is back with a second song on her, "Woman to Woman."
So
I didn't know
both songs are remakes too, y'all. Both songs are remakes.
I didn't. So remember, I told you I didn't know old songs, right, growing up. So when I heard this "Woman to Woman," I had no idea about Barbara and Shirley, like the original Barbara and Shirley. So my "Woman to Woman," my intro to the song is Jewel singing it. Is that?
Oh wow, okay.
So her conversation is different than the original one. Some things that she says. So and like, so I'm just like, man, like, wait. So when I finally heard the original, I'm like, wait, I know this song. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, wait, this conversation is different. But yeah, I was absolutely, again, too young to be singing "You Ain't Woman," "Can't Take My Man."
I got him clothes on.
That man is
woman. Man, it's
from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. I'm what he loves, and he loves the food that he eats. See these rings on my fingers? Where's yours? I got a brand new car. You on a bus?
You on the bus? God damn.
Mind you, I've not heard that song in
I haven't heard it
20 years. The fact that I remember that part. Like something, the things
I didn't know it was on that soundtrack. I always thought it was just on her album, if she ever dropped that album.
I don't think Jewel ever dropped an album.
Yeah.
And then next up, we have when we talk about diss tracks, I don't think this song gets enough love as a top 10 diss track of all time. That is DJ Quick's Dollar and Cents, where he is dissing MCA. The first couple lines, "Now let's get down to business, bitches." That is the first line to come out the box on this song. Let you know early that he said, "Let's get down to business, bitches." He said, "I don't know why you didn't have the G, because the G ain't in you." For the MCA. Then he also performs it at the Source Awards and raps the song live right in front of MC8, who's in the 6th row. Bad security issues all around the Source Awards. At some point, we do have to do a deep dive on just the Source Awards. One episode just needs to be a Source Awards at some point.
There just needs to be a movie about the 95 Source Awards. Like, how do I get this started? Like, do I just put the idea out there? Do I put up the first $5 to get this done?
Do you want a documentary or do you want a live action?
You want a biopic?
I want a biopic. I just want the.
Whose perspective is it from then? Like, who's our protagonist? Like, whose perspective is it from? No,
I want it just from. So think about the Freaknik documentary, right? So it's just telling the history and the story, right? So we can give the background of the magazine, the idea of creating the Source Awards, production, getting everybody together, and what the atmosphere was like at that time. And then I want people to talk about that night. I want Outkast there. I want, if you were there, even if you were just in the audience, like people that were there that can really be able to talk about what was happening that night. I don't want no motherfucker there. It's
an interview it's on Snoop's. It's from a few years ago. His GGN network, and he had the Far Side on there. And they said they were at the Source Awards. You know, I don't think they were nominated for anything, but he was like, we were like flies on the wall. He was like, we saw everything that happened.
Because nobody was going to fight the far side. They was like,
that's what I want. And the people, when they are doing this, if anybody gets on that screen that was born after 1987, get off. Like, no, I don't want you. You can't, because no, I don't want what you read. They said, I saw it. Like, I was watching it. I want people who were just like I said with the Freaknik one. Why the hell was 21 Savage there? They wasn't even doing Freaknik by the time he was more like, so no, there's a level of like, I would love
like, we couldn't even talk about Freaknik and be on there because we wasn't even old enough to even go. So what, even someone our age couldn't have been in that doc.
All I'd be able to say is I always wanted to go.
That's it.
I was waiting to go.
We lived through 95 South and 69 Boy.
We were prepared. We were getting prepared. We
and
were
this
on
and that.
And then
this and that.
Listen, because if you don't want to party, then you should go home. And I wanted to be out there with my tennis skirt and be out there, but they shut it down. So again, that's all. That's the only memory I can give you is that I wanted to go. Like, I knew about it. I wanted to go. I was very interested in going. That's it. Other than that, I can't give you anything. I wasn't in college at that time. Like, I was in middle school.
We wasn't even in high school yet.
Right, I was in middle school. So yeah, like if you weren't, there's you got to know some shit to be able to talk about that. But yeah, at the Source Awards, it has to happen for me. Sorry. So
yeah, and effectively, in many ways, DJ Quick ended MCH's career effectively with this song. I know people say, "Oh yeah, no, he didn't." Yeah, he did. On a mainstream level, this song effectively ended his mainstream career. He went on and did other great music, but like on the mainstream level, where you're like when he was doing like the show and Straight Up Menace and all that stuff, and what was the other song?
The one
and all that
show.
Yeah, that's this. None of that was happening after this disc came out.
One time gaffled them up.
Yep, literally. And then we get where I guess they felt we just need to throw 3 songs on here at the end. We got some homies, right, that just need to go jump on here. Next up, the Eulogy, Slip Capone and CPO. He's from the DPGC crew, supposedly. I remember the song. Oh, he done passed away. Oh, rest in peace to Slip Capone. I'm sorry, brother. But it was a cool song. It wasn't, it was cool. It was the end of the album. You let it roll. And CPO was a group. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of people in that group. Did y'all have any thoughts on that that song? That song?
The next 3 songs I have, or pretty much probably like why I listen to the album, or why I listen to.
Oh, really? Horny?
Yeah, I mean, they're like, so go ahead and tell them what the number of song 14 is.
14 is Horny, B. Brazil.
So there's a little breakdown, little bridge that I sat there hitting play, pause to learn it, to remember it. And so to this day, I remember the little breakdown part or whatever, right? There. It's not a rap, if you will. Like, it's singing kind of. Like he was not a singer, like it was at all. Like and like Nate Dogg was more melodic than B. Rizal, but Horny was my song. That is my damn jam. I mean, you can't play it for like a late night, like that can't be on the slow jam list, but it doesn't go there. It doesn't belong there at all. But it's you maybe could play it in a car or something on the way.
That's why you ride.
On the way to the house, play it in the car, but not. Don't play it in the bedroom.
Play it in route. Play it in route.
Right, because the thing is, like, if you played it in 2024, if you played this in the bedroom with me, I'm gonna start singing it. Would it be all right if I kissed your lips, run my hands through your hair, caress your fingertips, look you straight in the eyes, tell you words of passion, make you feel every kiss, because this is everlasting. So you go through the whole thing. I'm going to be sitting there singing it. And then you're going to be like,
I don't want none no more.
right, like so now I'm all in. Like you was kissing on my neck, but I'm singing the song. So it's all.
You, try again tomorrow.
I mean, like now, like, and then now, like I want to, because now in my head, I'm thinking about the next song on the album. So this has gone off, and it doesn't matter what the next track is that you're playing. In my head now, I'm saying East Side nigga, West Side nigga, East Side nigga.
The East Side, West Side, the Young Soldiers.
Yeah.
Young Soldiers.
That was my song. Here I come with the 410 Mossberg, it's a rip pump, and I'm like, I fucking love that song. So again, like now you've ruined it because you played horny.
Because you don't think about what's next.
Because now, like, and I don't know if anybody else does this, right? Like if there was a mixtape you had or whatever in your mind, you know what that next song is that's coming on. So like that's where you hear. And for me, when horny goes off, East Side, West Side comes on. So we have killed this mood. It ain't nobody horny no more. Because East Side nigga, West Side nigga. And then next one, if you had the tape, is Hot Ones.
And look, and you talked about this before with the when we discussed Above the Rim soundtrack, they did the same thing again by putting another song on the cassette and not on the CD.
But this time I had the cassette, so I knew Hot Ones. Call up Hillary, bring the artillery, fuck that bitch. Folks said you like that's my shit. I trust the nigga, I trust
that's the old school deluxe.
I feel like I send my gun in my mouth. You fuck with me and I'ma catch a hot one. Fuck with it. Like so now that's where my head is. No one is horny anymore. We moved on.
It's all over. Everything is all over.
It's all over with now. This is where we are now. Like so.
Stacey went from horny to ready to do a who ride.
Nigga. Nigga. That's exactly it. Ain't the mood is over with. Let's ride out. I'm ready to go.
You done messed it all up. You done sat here and messed it all up, man.
Hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music Podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it. On the SOLC Network, you finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.